Morning, welcome back. We're into the week again, Friday the 24th, and we're raking. So Lily's rang up, she's unwell, so I'm on the rake this morning. I've got the store lamb sale, store sheep sale that our lambs are in, so I'm going to do another 20 minutes, half an hour here. I haven't been going that long. And then I'll duck home and change water on the rice. We'll finish flushing that today. I've just trying to juggle the water. We're probably going to have a bit too much water, so we did have the pivot going on the loosen just to give us a bit of space in the dam. So I've actually got a little bit of water running into the pivot dam just to try and get the water off a bit quicker and save sort of pumping it effectively, or pumping it twice. So that's sort of what we're up to there. So the sale's about 10 o'clock, so I'll probably get there a little bit before 10 if everything goes to plan. So I'll just duck home from here, change my clothes and head in. Tony will be here at some stage. I may even get him to come down and hop on this once he gets here. And pretty heavy dew this morning and last night, so we're sort of probably pushed the envelope a little bit as far as raking, but we sort of need to get it done. Haven't checked the weather forecast. Don't think it's going to rain till Sunday, so that'll allow us to get this job finished anyway. Hopefully get the baler home in the shed before it does rain. Here they are. Get a load of this place. How impressive is it? I think, as I said the other day, I think they spent $12 or $13 million here putting it under cover. So the yards were already here, but the shed wasn't. So here they are. Fingers crossed they sell all right. Anyway, got to take them home. We'll take them home.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, selling the first 10 of our yearlings today. You're on account of Avondale Pastoral. Round of Maruga, ladies and gentlemen. 208 in the draft. They made 25 drafts. Ex-Oxley Park Hughes by the ball round. They're September Sean. Get airbacks 6 in 1. And they are clicked for your confidence, ladies and gentlemen. Yearlings with a lifetime in front of them. Anyway, they should make 300. 3 with 290. 290 or 280, you start it where you will. I'll be 270, and a bit 50 to start. 50 to be, and a bit 250 go, and a bit 50, and a bit 50 the money. And a bit 250 go, 250 bid. In the prime there, like boys, they've got a lifetime in front of them. And they've got 250 to start, a bit fine. 60, 260, and a bit 265. And a bit 265, and a bit 70 out. And a bit 270 go, 70, and a bit 70 out. And a bit 270, going to be 272, 4, 274, 276, and a bit 276, going to be 6 got, only money, 8, 278, and a bit 8 got, square it up, 278, make it square, and a bit 278, and a bit 8 got, and a bit 8 to bit, and a bit 8 to bit, and 278, don't the number, make it 80, and a bit 278, and 278, give me time to think. Once, twice, third and final, call it $278. That's $278. Sold, goes to Alex Bumping.
I know, I'm not too sure how that footage was going to turn out, but we're $278 ahead, so pretty good result, or really good result really. So one, we don't have to take them home again, but they're sort of working on sort of price as far as what it would cost to as meat, basically. So but no, we're well above what they would have brought us, to hook them. But again, pretty impressive what they've done here. Like, the yards have been here for a long time, but I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 years ago they put the roof over it, and they've built a sort of new canteen and offices for the agents, and washdown bay down the back here, and as I said, I haven't actually been here since they've built it, so it was good to have a look at it actually. But there's a bit of work in it, given the yards are built on the side of a hill. So anyway, good result. Pretty happy. So the top sheep made $462. Top the Bott family, which is they've been breeding first cross ewes for, I think your old mate said 60 years or 62 years or something, so they sort of know how to do it. So they're generally the benchmark at this sale. So they've topped the market again, and people sort of come to buy their sheep. So, but they're selling 1.5-year-olds, whereas we're selling ewe lambs. So, anyway, we'll call in at the case joint next door here, and we'll grab some parts and head back home. We're back home. Crops are turning slowly. Barley still looks quite good. It's got plenty of height about it, so it'll be okay, I think, even if it does get a bit of rain on it. So just out the back farm, just splitting the ewes up for joining. I'm just running one mob now down to one paddock, and we'll go back and get the other one, and then I'll duck down and need to service the baler and chuck some string and that in it for tonight. So I think Tony's down there raking at the moment. So should hopefully all be ready to go with a bit of luck. So it has warmed up a little bit. It's quite windy again. So, I'll go down a bit earlier tonight. I sort of probably could have started an hour earlier than what I did last night. So 2 minds to do. I'm in 2 minds what to do with our own hay. We've got stuff that's possibly would be ready to go, but I just don't know whether to rake. Even some of the stuff back at home when we get the round baler out, because the weather doesn't seem, it sort of doesn't affect the rain doesn't affect the hay once it's in a bale in a round as much as it does the big squares. So whether with the stuff next door it'll be pretty right to go, I think. If we had this other tractor, which I need to ring up about and find out where they're up to, we might be able to roll a bit up at home. But I'd really like to get these oats out the back in a bale, but it's just don't have the manpower, and it's just probably not worth mucking around. Like if it rains Sunday, I don't think we're going to get 25 mil. I'll be bloody surprised if we do. It'll be more like 5, if anything. So it's not going to do much damage anyway. But to roar around and rake a heap and then try and get it baled and stacked up or carted, I just don't have the cattle to do it. So anyway, it is what it is. So the few that decided they wanted to have a chew on the oats rather than go where they should. So I've just spoken to our local, about half an hour ago, spoke to our local Agco dealer about where the baby fence up to. They've had it all bar back together, and there must be a couple of push rods that go into the brake cylinders from the pedals, I assume, and they're actually the wrong length. The old ones are a different length to the new ones, so I'm not sure whether they've got and they haven't realised that until they've gone to prime the brakes up or bleed the brakes up, and the brakes are basically locked on because the old rods were too long and applying the brakes. So we've got to so they're gonna chase up some shorter ones. I don't know whether they've got them or what, but we're not going to see it before the weekend, which is not that far away. So Odies, what we do here, these are just feeling them plenty dry enough. Generally I look at hay at this time of the day, so we're 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Still the odd one that's a bit rubbery. pretty close though. So I just don't know what to do. I don't want to, you know, press it up and have it, or press some bars and then get it wet, and whether try and do a bit at home maybe, or back at Woodland, some of that other stuff. We might duck back there and have a look and see what it looks like. Might be able to get Jay to rake up a block, and we see some of them are still a bit, some of those knots aren't. I wouldn't like to put that in a butt. Well, I'd try, but I suspect that they're not quite right. So it's better off being left like it is. So, and look, you know, if it doesn't make, it gets wet and it doesn't make export, it's still going to be all right for stock feed. Like it's, yeah, I'm not going to lose too much sleep over it. Hey dogs. Yeah, just is. It is what it is. So. Yeah, we'll go and have a look at the stuff down at the other block and see what it looks like, and we might be able to rake a bit of it up tonight perhaps. We're back at the baler, so I've just given it a blow down and just refilled it with string. So balls of string when you get them out, oh, you can see that one, he's both ends of the ball of string are there, so you've just got one end that you tie to the opposite end and they continue and continue and continue. I think there's about 1,400 metres on a roll of string. I don't actually know, but I have wondered how many bales you get to a ball of string. So, yeah, not sure. Someone, one of you smart buggers will know. So yeah, so I've just filled that up, done both sides. We just need to, yeah, just grease it now and it's right to go. Yeah, so we did get a bit of stuff built up in the chamber, the back here last night, so I just have to keep an eye on that. I sort of knew it was happening. Yeah, so we might just try and get that bit of crud out of there. What happens is with the sugar and a bit of moisture in the straw, in the hay, it gets stuck on the side of the chamber, and you can see it gets stuck in here, so we might dig that bit of crap out of there. It sort of, yeah, it ends up like that. So just packs in there tight. So we'll dig that out. I think Jay's not far away, so we'll meet him at home. We'll leave his ute round at Woodlands, and then I'll bring him down here and we'll shift this back closer up the east end of the farm, so my ute's a bit closer, and yeah, then he can get raking, and I'll go home and have some dinner and might have a shower, and I'll come back at sort of 8 o'clock or a bit before, and we should be sort of right to go with a bit of luck. Yeah, fingers crossed we can get it out of here tonight. The 2 bays left to flood, so I'm hoping we'll have just enough water. The water has turned off, but yeah, I had blocked it up from sort of where we put those new stops in back to the outlet where the water comes onto the farm. So I've just opened that. There'll be probably, there could be 4 or 5 megs in that channel, so that'll help. And yeah, once we sort of fill this bay, we might be able to direct a bit into the storage dam then, hopefully. So I just need to go up that other end and pull the door up there. So yeah. Anyway, we're getting there. It's worked out pretty well actually, and all the bays have drained really well. So we've got a family of brolgers that have turned up. There's 5 of them there, so which is good to see. They're pretty cool, so they'll probably hang around. Generally they'll hang around for the summer now that they're here. Yeah, when they've been here in the past, so yeah. But yeah, ducks aren't really, there's a couple of black swans hanging about, but the ducks aren't really giving us a lot of grief, and that's, you know, sort of why we go this way. Just get the water on and off, and once it's back to mud, they generally bugger off again. So yeah, it works really well from that side of it. Last bay. So it's, I think I've timed the water job pretty well actually. Just had to grab the shovel and clean a bit round out the bottom of the flap so it opens up. I'll duck down and open the other end, but it's gonna work out pretty well. We need to introduce someone too. They've been on deck for a couple of weeks. Been nearly 2. It might nearly be 3 weeks tomorrow actually. So this is Bonnie, the new mini dog, and she is only little. She's not real big at all. She's growing, but yeah, she wasn't much bigger than a decent pair of socks when we got her. But yeah, so fingers crossed she stays away from the snakes. Yeah. Anyway, she's a bit of a ripper. She's giving the cat a hard time, but the cat's giving a bit back too. So yeah, they're getting along pretty well at the moment. So I'll duck up and open that door, and then yeah, that might nearly do for this video. I'll yeah, have a bit of dinner and have a shower and go and get this baler going again.